nice stop. Jesus. Traffic. So hey, Todd here, making the commute into the studio this morning. I want to talk a little bit about what it's like being a commercial photographer. Like I said in the past, I've done it for years and years and years. And the one person you really need to compete with out there is yourself. You know, always trying to make things better, learn more, and get better at your craft. I mean, I'm way better now than I ever was. And that's just because I've been doing it a long time. I know what to expect. I can problem solve really quickly. And that makes things a lot easier for me. And you're just way more confident because you've been in pretty much every situation you can be in. But like I said, the main person you want to compete against is yourself. You constantly want to be learning. You constantly want to see what's different out there, try different things, and never really look for a pat on the back for what you've done. I mean, I've entered award things and won awards, and that's all subjective stuff. I mean, you may have a great image and they pick a different one, and it happens all the time. It's happened to me a ton of times where you see the winner and you go, geez, I don't know why that thing won. But, you know, it's the judge's perspective, and that's their deal. But you can't look for a pat on the back or expect it, because it just doesn't happen that often. You may get a nice job, photos look great, and that's really all you can really ever hope for. Really, sometimes you get. I mean, there are occasions when you really get a client that loves really what you did, and it was amazing, and they let you know, but you can never really look for that or expect it, because it just doesn't happen that often in the advertising commercial world, because you're doing a job. I mean, it's a job, and it's definitely I want to say this is definitely not a 9-to-5 job, because the hours are long. It's weekends, it's nights, it's whenever, so it's definitely not a 9-to-5 career. And you gotta be ready for rejection. I mean, most of the stuff you bid on or estimate on, you don't get, and you never find out why. Sometimes it's a price thing. Sometimes it's a friend of a friend gets the job because they know them, and you may be better, but it's their buddy and they want to help their buddy out, and I totally respect that. It happens all the time, and I've been a firm believer in this career of mine that it's the relationships you build over the years that get you the work, and they recommend you. I mean, I've sent out some promo pieces in the past that have done really well and have gotten me jobs, but I'd say 85% have done nothing. The people get them and they toss them in the trash. It's something that I've never been able to figure out what the best way to promote oneself is. I'm terrible at it. Luckily, I'm good at building relationships with people that have lasted years and years and years, and people keep coming back. They like the work. They don't have to worry about anything. They know I'm going to get the job done right, and the first time I'm not going to have to redo it or anything. And that's a huge thing in clients' mind. If they can trust you, makes their life easier. They can sell that to their client, and so on. But the main thing is just you got to compete, always compete with yourself to get better. And that's what I've always tried to do, is try to figure out, after every job I kind of look at it and go, okay, what could I have done better? And there's a lot of times you go, God, for the time frame we had, there was no better. I couldn't have done it any different. I did it the best way we could, and got the best reaction out of the talent I could, and that was that was it. And I walk away going, I couldn't have done it any better. And then there's on other jobs, I go, I wish I would have had another 10 minutes to change the lighting a little bit, to make it a little bit something different, or do it a different version. A lot of times I like to shoot a couple different versions of something when I'm working, just to get a variation. Variations are always good, and then the client may have an idea or an angle that you didn't think about in the beginning, and it turns out that was a better angle. I mean, it happens that they have an idea in their head that is better than your vision, and or your thought of what it should be or where it should be, and it's just better. But anyway, those are just some thoughts on this Friday morning commuting into the studio here. Always thanks for watching, appreciate it, and until next time, I'm out.